Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It's so nice to see you again. I hope you're keeping all well and safe. So for today's video we're going to be talking about productivity and how to be productive during lockdown. I know this video is coming very late and I should have done this video like 6 months ago, but I'm sorry for that. Lockdown is going to be over in 1-2 months, so I don't know, if you're feeling like you're burning out, maybe this video might help you, I hope. So yeah, for this video I gathered all of the tips and all of the habits that helped me be productive during the week, and I'm so excited that I'm going to share it with you. Like, these tips, like they worked for me 100%, and I hope they work for you as well. And I also want to apologize if you're hearing winds a lot. It's been windy all night and it just goes and it goes. Yeah, be more aggressive. You can see the curtain there, it's windy. In lockdown, it's quite difficult for us to separate from our professional lives and our personal lives, and it's very difficult to organize everything. So one way to distinguish between both of them is to be more productive and finish our work in the designated times that we have, and then so that we can focus on our personal lives as well. But I hope these tips help you guys, and let's get on with the video. Tip number 1 is to use natural light. Basically, our bodies have been evolved and are evolving based on the sun, on the light that the sun emits. So the more light exposure that we get during the day, the better sleep that we're going to have during the night, and the more fresh we're going to feel in the next morning, and the more work productive we're going to be the day after. So everything starts from the day before. Make sure that you have enough daylight exposure to get some very good sleep. It's going to help you, but it's not the only factor that's going to help you with good sleep. Light is one of the factors that are going to help you sleep better so that you perform better the next day. Light has many significant effects on your body, your mental and your physical health. So there are many studies that associated lack of natural light with depression and bipolar disease. So make sure that you get your sunlight exposure so that your mental state, your mind stays healthy. Also, the most obvious one with natural light is, where are you going to produce your free vitamin D? Where are you going to produce that? Another very obvious benefit that comes with natural light is the free vitamin D. Also, artificial lights, they tend to cause a lot of strain to the eye, which the natural light does not, because our eyes have evolved to see the natural light. And that's very logical, because the sun's light comes from nuclear reactions, while the artificial lights come from electricity or from other forms of energy. Tip number 2 is to hydrate yourselves. So this is so obvious, but so many people forget about this. But it's so important. Lack of water, it has so many effects on your body that also connect you with productivity. So when you lose 2% of your body's water, what happens is that you lack motivation, and the most obvious one and the most productivity killer one is fatigue. So you feel more fatigued if you don't drink enough water, but also the physical effects of it is that you also, the previous ones were also physical effects, but these are more you feel them more, because you can also get headaches if you don't drink water, or migraines. So it's important that you drink water so that you feel more open, your eyes feel more open, and you do work more easily and more happily. My third tip is to plan everything the day before. So I can't imagine how this tip helped me, but when I say to prepare your to-do list the day before, I mean that you do it after finishing your work, directly after finishing your work, not in the night before you sleep. So for example, if you finish your work at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., just prepare your to-do list then, not in the night before sleeping. Well, the reason why I'm telling you this is so that you may have left some work behind, or while you were doing your work, you were thinking to yourself, oh, I can do this tomorrow. So writing them down after you finish your work, or writing them down while doing your work, that is going to help you very much to not forget those tasks, so that you can get them ready to do the next day. if you wake up in the morning, there's a very high chance that you're going to forget some of the work that you had planned yourself to do. Basically, you do them the day after. So in order to be more productive, you can do everything. You can just write down everything and just get everything done in one day so that you can have more time to do other things in the other days. And also, this also has a very good effect in the morning, because when you wake up, you can do your morning routine and get straight right into work, because your past self secretary has everything done for you. And you don't have to get a to-do list done. You can just see your to-do list. You have this and this and this to do, and get them all done straight. Another tip, which is also a very psychological tip, it resembles the one that has to do with making your bed, and it's basically to organize your working area, to keep it always clean. And I mean this by, whenever you finish your task, clean your desk again. Whenever you are finished with your work, clean your desk, so that you get that feeling of accomplishment that you get while making your bed. You can get the same feeling while doing your work, seeing your working area so clean, so tidy. You can feel so good about yourself that, you know what, you're in a clean space, you're productive, everything is under control. And it also helps with focus. So the less things that you have on your desk, the less possibilities are for you to get distracted. A very clean desk helps you to set up the mood for work. So when you see your desk is clean, you get also like the feeling that I can get this done, like you're ready for work. Your desk is ready to get work done with you. Tip number 5 is more like studying tip. Like after online lectures or lessons, like apply directly what you learned, directly everything that you learned. Try do all the exercises that the tutor or lecturer or the teacher may have given you. Just do all the work right away. Just implement everything that you learned right after work. Maybe you can have like lunch break in between, but just get that done at that day. Don't wait for another day to come so that you can study. No, the other day that's going to come for you to study, that's going to be a revision day, not the day that you're going to study the notes that you took on your lecture. The lecture notes must be studied right when you finish your lecture or your lesson, because this will help you with time management, of course. Like, isn't it much better for you to just study all at once, then and there, implement this and put it in your brain, have a very good idea of what the lecturer talked about with you, and then whenever you have like the mood for you to study or you have a bit time in your hands, just do a bit revision. Isn't that so effective? And even if you don't have time to revision, well, you have studied. So there are many chances that you're going to remember whatever you studied. You'll not let that lecture go to waste, basically. When after you have watched the lecture, you've watched the lesson, and you just got everything done, you learned everything, that lecture didn't go to waste. Because just imagine, you did the lecture, you didn't revise everything afterwards. 2-3 days, 5 days, a week, 2 weeks pass by. What do you remember from that lecture? That means that you have to do the lecture again, by yourself. Maybe you do remember a few things, but is that really productive? Is that time efficient? Tip number 6 is the one that I found the most amazing out of all the tips that I told you so far. Parkinson's Law. Whoever thought about this, whoever came with this idea, the author, I think it was the author of The 4-Hour Workweek. I am trying to read that video. Tim Ferriss, The 4-Hour Workweek. Oh my god. Parkinson's Law says that the work that you have to do, the task that you have to do, expands to the time frame that you give to it. For example, if you give yourself 2 hours to do an essay, you'll take exactly 2 hours to do that essay. If you give yourself 5 hours to do the same essay, you're going to do the same essay in 5 hours. And with the same quality. Because in the 2-hour case, you have motivation. What is your motivation, you ask? Well, that is going to be time. Because in the 2-hour case, you're going to have less time to get your work done. So that drives you more to get everything done with so much focus, because you're time constrained. In the 5-hour case scenario, you're going to focus on so much detail to get every perfection, every detail done. You may get distracted more easily. You are not so motivated. You may get motivated in the last like 2-3 hours. Sounds familiar with the exam studies, for example. Do you have an assignment due? If yes, then I challenge you to get that done in half of the time than your deadline. For example, if your deadline is in 4 days, do that in 2 days. And if you do complete your work in 2 days, in half of the amount of time that you were expected to do that work, please let me know down below. I'm going to give you a shout out in my next video. So I hope this video inspired you to click off of this YouTube tab or close your YouTube app if you're on your phone and get some work done. We're all here and we believe in you. You can do this. And if you're still watching till this point, thank you very much. My next video is going to be about Thank you. Our next video topic is going to be about study habits, habits that A+ students have, and how maybe you can get those habits. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!